Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to find love for yourself and how to cultivate a loving and kind relationship with yourself. In this video, we are going to discuss how we even lose love for ourselves. And then I will also share my personal life experience on how I was able to find love for myself again and how to have a kind and loving relationship with myself. When I'm actually thinking about this, the question in itself, like how do I love myself? I think it's so mad that as a society, we even got to a place where we don't know how to love ourselves. Because as we are born into this world, as little babies, as children, we are love. We are a vibration of unconditional love. So somewhere along the way, we have lost that love for ourselves based on the world we live in, based on how we grow up. So first we need to have a look at what is actually happening in our environment that makes us not love ourselves. Because as a baby, you don't come into this world having insecurities. We are getting programmed to have insecurities. Because hardly anyone on this planet is being kind to themselves, and therefore they are also unkind to other people. So when I think about my personal life and when I kind of lost love for myself, was when people started to tell me that there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with the way I look. For example, people used to always tell me that I'm too thin and that I should eat more. When I started to wear glasses, I got bullied for wearing glasses because apparently it looked stupid. People told me that my nose was too big, that I looked like a stick and stuff like that, you know? And you can literally insert your own personal life experience right here. Because I know every single person on this planet has dealt with similar things, whatever it was for you. Somewhere along the way, somebody made you believe that the way you are is not good enough. And then because we never learn how to consciously disagree when somebody says something like this to us, we take it in and it becomes part of our subconscious mind. So all my life I believed I'm way too thin, I need to gain weight, otherwise I'm not beautiful. Then I remember an ex-boyfriend of mine told me that my hands, my fingers were too long. So that started to become an insecurity for me. And when you're actually thinking about this, it is so ridiculous. And the issue is, once you have that in your subconscious mind, it will play out on a daily basis. You will look into the mirror and all you will see is your flaws. And then when I started to get into my teenage years, I started to get pimples and then people would make fun of me because of my skin. And it just goes on and on and on like this. And I think every single person has a similar story to tell. And the truth is, we have probably also said something to someone once in our lives that gave them a program or an insecurity. And that's the thing, this world, it has to change as a whole. We have to change individually. We have to create this awareness that this is what's happening. It's happening to absolutely every single person on this planet. And it is time that we put an end to this. It has to stop. There are so many things wrong with the society we live in because there are full-on industries benefiting, profiting off of you having insecurities. That is basically how this world works. When you have insecurities about your skin, for example, industries that sell you beauty products will benefit. They even programmed into our minds that getting gray hair, aging, is something bad and something we have to prevent at all costs, even though everybody knows that's not possible. But they have programmed us to believe that. I see that in so many people in my personal life. As soon as they start to turn 30, the programming kicks in. Suddenly they start to look for gray hair. Suddenly they start talking about wrinkles and how they need to get anti-aging creams and all of that. It is so deeply programmed into us, into our brains, into our subconscious mind, that this is what we believe to be true. And we are all playing our part in it because we agree to it. It's like they're programming us to see a problem where there isn't any problem, but then they're selling us the solution based on our insecurities. So the moment you get gray hair, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not beautiful anymore. Everybody says it. But the industries are gonna be like, not to worry, we have the solution for you. You can be beautiful again. Here, have some hair dye. Or you've got wrinkles. Not a problem. You can be beautiful again. Here, buy this cream. That does absolutely nothing. And that's the world we live in, unfortunately, because we are all playing our part in it. We are all buying into it. We all have these unsolved insecurities that don't need to be there based on the way we look. We are constantly comparing ourselves to other people. We feel like we are in competition with other people. And all of that makes us not love ourselves. And then when we feel like we're not good enough, we're not beautiful enough, what do? We look for somebody to look up to. Somebody we believe is beautiful, somebody who is seen as beautiful. And then we want to become more like them. That is why celebrities are a thing. Because people want somebody to put on a pedestal to show them how to live their life. The problem is, when we put somebody like a celebrity on a pedestal and we are following what they're doing, what they're saying, they're just as lost as everybody else. So why do we put them on a pedestal? It's the same thing. They know you want to be more like them, so they will sell you products that make you believe subconsciously, if you buy this, you will be more like them, even though that is not true. And it's all because we are so lost as a society. We are so incredibly lost, and we need to find back to our true selves. So as I mentioned, the first stage of this whole self-love journey is for you to recognize that you are love. You have always been love. And then you have to look at your life and see what made you lose that love for yourself. What actually happened? Because the only one telling you not to love yourself is your mind, your ego, your subconscious mind, your programming, your patterns, and your loops. That is literally the only thing. Because your consciousness knows you are love. You have always been love. You can't be anything less than love. And you chose to be here. You chose your body. Every single person, every single soul who is on this planet right now chose to be here. And if your consciousness chose you, why wouldn't you love yourself for exactly who you are? Just because people tell you you can't have wrinkles or gray hair, or because people tell you how your body should look? That is madness. So it's all got a lot to do with your mindset, the way you see yourself, and also the way you are programmed. So the question you have to ask yourself, the question I asked myself as well, is what made you stop loving yourself? Because we all loved ourselves the moment we came here on this planet, as babies, as children. So what happened that made you stop loving yourself? And then we have to change it again. The reason why you don't love yourself is simply based on a program you have in your subconscious mind, based on your experiences, based on what other people told you, based on what you see on social media, on TV, based on what celebrities are showing you. That is the only thing. That is the only reason. But once you stop playing their game, once you remove yourself from that game, you will have some amazing realizations. And what I did to completely change my mindset, what I did to find love for myself again, was the 1-hour sessions I have recommended in previous videos. And I will leave a link to the video here on the screen so you can click on it, listen to what I have to say about it, because I can guarantee you it will change your life. The same way it changed my life. We have to remove all of this incoherence the world places onto us. Because when somebody tells you you're not beautiful enough, you're not good enough, that is a trauma you hold in your body because nobody's ever told you how to actually release it. And that is what these sessions do, what they did for me. They removed all of these layers of insecurity so I can now see myself for who I really am. I see myself as love now. If you truly want to love yourself, change the way you live your life, you have to look at the world we live in for what it really is. You have to look at your programs. You have to look at where you are getting programmed on a daily basis, how people benefit from you having insecurities. I feel like that is the first step into truly waking up to this madness that is going on in our world. You are getting programmed on a daily basis to not love yourself because others benefit. I can't stress this enough. And you have to get out of this loop. You have to recognize what is happening. And basically what I did, I just forgave the past. I forgave the people who made me feel like I'm not good enough. I forgave the people who told me I'm too thin. I forgave the people who told me my hands were too long, my fingers were too long, my nose was too big, I look stupid with glasses. Whatever they told me, I forgave them. Because I know they were in pain and suffering too, otherwise they would not have said it to me. I also forgave myself for the role I played into probably programming other people into having insecurities as well, because I'm pretty sure every single person on this planet has done that. We might not be aware of it, but we have most certainly done it. So forgiveness has to take place, and then we have to understand that the way we feel right now is simply based on a program. It is not true. It is only part of our reality because we choose to make it part of our reality. We choose to hold on to it. I just think as a society we have completely lost our way because we live an egoic way of living. We're not living from the heart anymore. Everything is just ego-based. I need to look perfect. I need to look beautiful. I think the most beautiful people in this world are those who have a kind heart. The people who are there for others. The people who want to make a positive change in this world. There's nothing more attractive, there's nothing more beautiful than a beautiful, kind, loving heart. It has nothing to do with looks. It has everything to do with what is in here. And that is what we need to find back to. I mean, we all came here for a reason. Our soul chose to come into a physical human body for a reason. And we didn't come here to have insecurities, to allow other people to tell us how we should look. What a waste of time to constantly think about how we look, how to be more perfect, how to be good enough. We already are good enough. Us simply being here means we are good enough. So to summarize this video, the first step, you need to ask yourself, when did I stop loving myself and why? You need to create this awareness of why this is happening so you can reverse it, so you can work on changing your mindset. Because what you will recognize, if your mind is positive, if you look in the mirror and your mind is telling you, oh, you have a pimple here, oh, you're not good enough because you get wrinkles, oh, your hair doesn't look beautiful. When your mind is programmed to tell you stuff like that, that is when you won't love yourself. That is when you have all of these negative programs. But the thing is, you choose what you think about. Your mind doesn't control you. You control your mind. And then when your mind is telling you, for example, oh, your hair doesn't look beautiful today, you will say in your mind, I consciously disagree with that. That is not true. My hair looks absolutely stunning today. Don't allow your mind to bully you. It is your mind. You choose what is in your mind. You choose how you feel and you choose what you think about. And when there is a thought in your mind that you do not like, that makes you feel bad about yourself, you consciously disagree with it. Because you're the only one who can reprogram your mind. And then you can use positive affirmations, positive self-talk. You have to hype yourself up. You have to become your biggest cheerleader, essentially. And again, what made the biggest difference for me was joining the 1-hour sessions. Because these sessions, they completely clean up your body. They completely clear out any incoherence. They clear out any past trauma. You can completely get rid of everything that has happened before. And then what you have to do in the present is to be kind to yourself. Learn to be loving and kind. And that is how you learn how to love yourself. Loving yourself is actually the easiest thing in this world. All we have to do is let go of the programming that stops us from doing it. Recognizing that you are not your mind, you are not your programs, you are not your loops. And what other people told you that hurt you, you can let it go. And that is all I have for today. I really hope you find this video inspiring and helpful. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments as always. I'm sending all of you so much love and I will talk to you in my next video.